पुण्यांभोज विकासाय पापध्वांत क्षयाय च श्रीमान् आविरभूत् भूमौ रामानुज दिवाकरः तस्मै रामानुजार्याय नमः परमयोगिने यश्रुति स्मृति सूत्राणाम् अंतर्ज्वरम् अशीशमत्. Swami Ramanuja incarnated in this material world to uplift the downtrodden samsaris, to establish Ubhaya Vedanta, and to mend the lives of people so that they all become dharmikas. Swami Ramanuja was an incarnation of Adisesha. This shloka explains the uniqueness of this great Acharya. Sheshova, Sainya Nathova, Shripatirveti Satvikaihi. The Satvika scholars debate whether Ramanuja is an incarnation of Sriman Narayana or of Adisesha or of Vishwaksena or the 5 weapons of Sriman Narayana. Sheshova, Sainyanathova, Shripatirva. Who would he be? Such was the greatness and the services that he had rendered in the 120 years he lived in this world. He was born in the year 1017 and lived till 1137. Bhagavans and many Acharyas have revealed the greatness, the glories of Swami Ramanuja. It is quite common for the Shishyas of any Acharya to talk about the greatness of their Acharyas. But in the case of Ramanuja, it was not only his Shishyas who have talked about his greatness, but also his Acharyas and Bhagavan himself who had revealed the greatness of Ramanuja. The topic for today's upanyasam is Sri Ramanuja Vaibhavam, or the glories of Ramanuja. Instead of talking the glories of Ramanuja in our words, let me only narrate the hagiologies, the happenings in Guru Parampara Prabhavam, the episodes that took place in the life and history of Ramanuja, which themselves stand as a testimony for his greatness. Ramanuja was the son of Keshava Somayajiyar and Kantimati Ammayar. He was born in Sriperumbudur in the month of Chittirai, in the star of Tiruvadirai. Ramanuja was a great scholar, but he was not only a Vedanti, but also a great reformer, an effective administrator, a prolific writer, and above all, one who took pity on all the downtrodden and helped them to come up. We can talk for hours together on the greatness of Ramanuja, but we do not have too many hours. For that sake, let me only restrict to the importance, the significance as revealed by many Bhagavans, Divyadesha Tembaruman, Alvar, and the Acharyas of Ramanuja. Ramanuja was credited with many names. Although he was named as Ilayalvar by his father, He was called Lakshmana Muni as he was an incarnation of Lakshmana. Adishesha, the serpent bed of Sriman Narayana, serves in his own form in the first Yuga, Krita Yuga. Then in the second Yuga, Treta Yuga, Adishesha incarnates as Lakshmana. Lakshmana followed Sri Rama to the forest and rendered all services possible. Then in the third Yuga, the same Adishesha, Lakshmana, incarnate as Balarama. Balarama, along with Sri Krishna, helped him a lot. Now the fourth Yuga, Kali Yuga, Anantah Prathamam Rupam, Lakshmanastu Tatah Param. Ananta, the first form, Lakshmana, the second form, Tritiyaha Balabhadraha, Balarama, the third form, Kalo Kashchit Bhavishyati. Who will he be in the fourth Yuga? Kalo Ramanujaha. He would incarnate as Ramanuja in Kali Yuga. Ramanuja was the propounder, in fact, who preached the philosophy of Vishishtadvaita. Advaita was preached by Shankara Bhagavat Pada Adi Shankaracharya. Dvaita by Madhvacharya. Shankara was before Ramanuja and Madhva was later to Ramanuja. Ramanuja preached Vishishtadvaita as he received it from the Alvars and his Acharyas. One hand, he was a great Vedanti philosopher. On the other hand, he had one important treasure with him. While the other Acharyas had only one Veda, which is the Sanskrit Veda, Ramanuja had a treasure, a blessing in the Tamil Vedas. Tamil Vedam, Nalayara Divya Prabandham by all the Alvars. So Ramanuja had a twin benefit. One, the Samskrita Vedas, and two, the Dravida Vedas. So it made the job of Ramanuja easier. If I can tell you the fact, Samskrita Vedas talk about Bhagavan as the Supreme, whereas Dravida Vedas, although they talk about the supremacy of God, they focus more on the accessibility of Sriman Narayana. One may be supreme, but that supremacy will itself distance you from the common. This is what we normally see. Since Ramanuja had the unique advantage of having Samskrita Veda and Dravida Veda together, he was able to blend both and bring out the greatness of Sriman Narayana in its real sense. Narayana is supreme for all gods, but at the same time, he is very accessible even to the cowherd boys. He was accessible even to the Gopikas, to Dadibanda, to Sigriva and the monkey's army, to the demon's army Vibhishana, to Guha who was a hunter, to Shabari who was a huntress. So he was accessible to all. Now this thought in fact soothes us. That relieves us from the fact that we had distanced ourselves thinking that Bhagavan is too far. He is inaccessible to us. He is supreme, the creator. If at all you know that someone is a creator of this universe, you won't dare go near him. But the creator is so fond of you. This was the blend revealed by Swami Ramanuja. That made him the most popular Acharya. He was named as Ramanuja by Kanchi Tevaperumal himself, the presiding deity of Kanchipuram, Varadaraja, Devadiraja, Peralulala Perumal. It was there where Ramanuja assumed asceticism. He assumed as a sannyasi. When he was a sannyasi, when he turned to be a sannyasi, he was named as Ramanuja. So his original name, the name given by his father, was Ilayalvar. He was called as Lakshmana Muni as he was an incarnation of Lakshmana. Then on, he was named as Ramanuja when he became a sannyasi. I am going to now talk to you about one little hagiology. where Ramanuja was named as Udayavar. When was he named as Udayavar? The story goes like this. All these are well narrated, recorded in the Guru Parampara Prabhavam. There is a text called Arayarappadi Guru Parampara Prabhavam that talks about all the Acharyas and the Alvars. It begins right from Bhagavan when he resolved to give birth to Alvars and Acharyas to correct this world. Lakshmi Natha, the Prathamacharya, the first Acharya in the lineage of Shivaishnava Sampradayam, is Lakshmi Natha Sriman Narayana. Sriman Narayana preached Tirumantram, the first of the sacred three mantras, Tirumantram Ashtakshari Mantram, at Badarikashram. The same Sriman Narayana in Vishnu Lokam preached Dvaya Mahamantram to Mahalakshmi. Sriman Narayana, when he incarnated as Lord Krishna in the Bhumi, Kurukshetra Bhumi, in the chariot, Arjuna's chariot, he preached the third sacred mantra, Charamashloka. Tirumantram, Dvayam, Charamashloka. Tirumantram is the 8-letter mantra. Dvayam, Narayana, Charanau Sharanam Prapadde, Shimate Narayanaya Namaha, Dvaya Mahamantra. Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, Aham Tva Sarvapapebhyo Mokshayishyami Mashuchaha. The great shloka, the important shloka in Bhagavad Gita is Charama Shloka. These three mantras together are called as the sacred Rahasya Traya. All Acharyas and Sampradaya, they take birth most importantly to preach this Rahasya Traya. Their mission for their life is to preach Rahasya Traya and transform people's life to be a bhakti-filled life. Ramanuja also was no exception. He also incarnated to preach Rahasya Traya. But to our surprise, we will find that when Narayana revealed Tirumantram, he himself incarnated in two forms. One Narayana and the other Nara. Nara and Narayana Avatara in Badarikashrama. Next, in Vishnaloka, he preached to Mahalakshmi. Third, in Kurukshetra, to Arjuna. Naranarananai Ulahattaranul Chingama Verittan. But the issue is, all those who were the recipients of those three mantras did not further preach it to anyone. Although Nara received the Tirumantram, did he share it with anyone? Did he preach? Although Arjuna received Charamashloka, did he ever open his mouth and talked about Charamashloka? They did not. Then how do we chant them now? When they did not share it with anyone, but we have the wealth today. How do we chant these three mantras? It was Sriman Narayana reclining in Srirangam, Periya Perumal, Ranganatha, who in turn preached all the three mantras to Mahalakshmi Sriranganachiyar Devi. That is where this got re-established. Although it was established in the initial stages, then it withered off. It was not there. It vanished. Again, Sriman Narayana, who was the presiding deity of Srirangam, Sri Ranganatha, he praised these three sacred mantras to his divine consort Sri Mahalakshmi, Sri Ranganachiyar. Then on from there to Nammalvar to Nathamunigal, Uyyakondar, Manakkal Nambigal, and thereon. So, the first Acharya, the meaning for the word Lakshmi Natha Samarambham in Kurattalvan Shlokam, which Bhagavan? Lakshmi Natha is Sriman Narayana. Is that Sriman Narayana Vaikuntha Narayana or Kshirabdhi Narayana or Vibhava Narayana? Which is Sriman Narayana? When we call Lakshmi Natha Samarambham, begin from Lakshmi Natha. That Lakshmi Natha is Srirangam Ranganatha. He is Lakshmi Natha. Lakshmi Sri Ranganachiyar. So Lakshmi Natha Samarambham, beginning from Sri Ranganatha, all have talked about the greatness of Swami Ramanuja. It happens like this. Srirangam Perumal is the head of all the 108 Divyadeshams. Srirangam is the capital of Sri Vaishnavism. We all go in search of job opportunities. You had all come here in search of job opportunities. You are born somewhere. You studied somewhere. You are brought up elsewhere. You are here now. Similarly, Puihi Alvar, Pootattalvar, Peyalvar, Tirumalichi Alvar were all born in the surroundings of Kanchipuram and Sriperumbudur. Puihi Alvar at Kanchi, Pootattalvar in Tirukkadanmallai, Mahabalipuram, Peyalvar in Chennai, Mylapore, Tirumalizhi Alvar in Tirumalizhi. Similarly, many Acharyas, Ramanuja in Sriperumbudur, Tirukachinambigal in Pundamalli, Yambar in Maduramangalam, Mudaliyandan in Pettai, Kurattalvan in Kuram, Swami Vedanta Deshika in Thuppil, all in and around Kanchi. But Swami, to our surprise, we will find that although they were all born in Kanchi Tondamandalam, they didn't live there. They all migrated to Srirangam. What for, Swami? In search of service opportunity, not job opportunity. They all reached Srirangam in search of not job, but to serve Shiva Vaishnavism and Sanatana Dharma. They moved, as it was the capital of Shiva Vaishnavism, they all moved. Periya Perumal accepted all of them. Since he is the emperor, he is the rightful owner of any treasure. If you get a podayal, if suddenly you find a treasure at home, then that doesn't belong to you. You are not the rightful owner. It has to be submitted to the treasury. Similarly, wherever a good noble soul is found, he has to be submitted to the treasury, which is Srirangam. So you may be born anywhere, but finally, Sheradana Budavo Perum Shelvark, all the poor people turn poorer, but the rich people, they turn richer. This is what the world happens. There are wealthy people, they become more wealthy. There are poor people who turn more poor. Similarly, there are many Divadeshan Swami which don't have anyone. They go without anyone. But Srirangam, Kanchipuram, they have too many people already. Many people still migrate. What to do? That is the greatness of that Perumal. So Periya Perumal, the head of all the 108 Divadeshams, wanted to get Swami Ramanuja into Srirangam. But Ramanuja was studying under Yadava Prakasha. He quit those studies. He completed. Then he was serving Kanchipuram Varadaraja Perumal. Srinidhim Nidhim Aparam Arthinam Arthitartha Paridana Dikshitam Sarvabhuta Sukridam Dayanidhim Devaraja Madhiraja Mashraye. This is a shloka saluting Kanchi Deva Perumal. This shloka was written by Swami Kurattalvan in Varadarajastavam. Srinidhim Nidhim Aparam Arthinam. Bhagavan is a treasure. He is a wealth. Aparam Arthinam. To all the seekers of wealth, spiritual wealth, he grants them spiritual wealth. And he is the wealth of Mahalakshmi herself. Srinidhim Nidhim Aparam Arthinam Arthitartha Paridana Dikshitam Sarvabhuta Sukridam Dayanidhim. He is a well-wisher to all the human beings. Not only the human beings, to all the creatures, the living beings. Sarvabhuta Sukridam Dayanidhim, an ocean of compassion. Devaraja Madhiraja Mashraye. Let me salute to Kanchi Devadiraja Perumal. Now we are going to talk about a great sacrifice done by Kanchi Varadaraja Perumal.